Hello everybody and welcome to Sim Racing Bible for another evening of streaming this Saturday evening. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you all. We are back in RaceRoom today because we're going to be testing out some mad combos. We like a bit of multi-class racing here at Sim Racing Bible. So tonight we're going to be doing some multi-class racing with a bit of a difference. So normally with multi-class you get things like prototypes and GT cars all mixed in together, and they're relatively of a similar kind of category. But what we're going to do is we're going to mix that up a little bit this evening. We're going to do some mad combos with things which you wouldn't normally expect to see on track in the same race. So should be a bit of fun this evening. We're just going to have some good laughs and just try and find if there's any decent combos out there we can do maybe as a community race in the future. So looking forward to it. Let's jump into the sim now, and we'll see what's first up on the list. So here we go. So this is our selection of vehicles to choose from here. What we're going to do first, I'm just going to get myself sorted out on here. Right, my chat up, I can see things on here. So what we're going to do first is a single-seater multi-class race. We've done single-seater multi-class races before in the past on the likes of Automotive Listed 2, but we haven't done one here in RaceRoom, so we're going to give that a go. So we're in the Formula 3 car, and we have examples of every single-seater available in RaceRoom on the grid, and we're going to do a quick 6-lap race at Hockenheim. We'll do a quick 5-minute qualifying session just so we can get our eye in a little bit. But let's load into our first race of the evening. Evening, Basonic, welcome along. Good to see you. And Funky's here as well. Good evening, Funky. Hope you're all doing well. Hey, Frank, welcome. Good to see you. Got the fire popping in the background. Keeping warm this evening. It's a bit chilly here in the UK at the moment, so got the fire on. Hey Raymond, good to see you. Welcome to some mad multi-class racing this evening. I know Daytona 24 Hours is currently running right now. It is live now. So if you are watching me in not Daytona, or if you're mixing both together, then yeah, thank you very much for being here. So first up then, so we're in the Formula 3 car. So we have the latest and greatest specification Formula 1 style cars in here. So we have the X22, the X17. We have the Formula USAs in here as well as the Formula 90s, the Formula 2s, Formula 3s, the Tartarus F4s, Formula Juniors, and the Crosleys. So good variety of different single-seaters to test out so far. So we're in the F3 car. We're kind of be in the middle pack, so we should be in for some interesting moments as we have faster cars and slower cars to negotiate as well. So let's go out on track and we'll get ourselves up to speed with the car. Just doing the dishes, says Frank. Okay. Well, hopefully we can make your dish-washing experience a little bit more enjoyable. Okay, up and running then. Here at Hockenheim. Let's see if the little Crosleys are going to hold up the F1 cars so much that we get an opportunity to get past them like we did there, but I don't think they'll be stuck behind them for very long. Alright, so it's been a little while since we've driven the single-seaters here in RaceRoom. There goes the FR22 and another one. Must remember, I don't have the stopping distances of the modern F1 cars, so I gotta adjust my braking distances accordingly. So probably seen one of the Formula USA cars there. So this qualifying session, not really so much to determine a grid as it is to just get used to the car, so we're not throwing ourselves in and being completely all over the place. That is so much quicker, those Formula Ultimates. Well, not Formula Ultimates, but the X22s. So I'm sure there's plenty more pace in this F3 car. I'm just being a little bit careful to start off with. Very fast first corner here at Hockenheim. So this evening we're not going to be just sticking to like for like. Oops. So we're starting off with kind of similar categories, I suppose you could say, but with variations in all of them. But then we're going to mix things up. We're going to go a little bit more extreme as we go. So expect some mad combos, even more mad combos when we get further through. Here we go, braking about 150. Get out of the way. He can't just come barging through and then stop in front of me. God. No road manners, these F1 drivers. Right, here we go. Get the feeling there's another one waiting to completely blast past me in a moment. Yeah, it's one of the F2 cars, in fact. Here he goes. Oh no, it's not the F2 car, it's one of the old FR17s, I think. Got an interesting sound. I thought they were V6s as well, but obviously not. A little bit too deep into the penultimate corner. Someone's just pitted behind me there. Currently last of all, but there are going to be some slower cars, I hope anyway. Pretty sure there will be. The F3 car not being the quickest car in the grid, but also shouldn't be the slowest. But it will be if you do that kind of thing. Let's see if we can get ourselves out of here without causing too many issues. Let's reverse onto the racing line as you do. Right. So I've got to be a little bit careful on throttle then by the seams of things off the slow corners. I think it's one of the 90s cars. We've got a couple of each of the different engine types. So we have the V8s, V10s, V12s. So the different noises blasting past us. Yeah, so you've got to be super careful with throttle application off the slow corners then. You need to be aware of that. And have the grip of the more developed single-seaters. But once you're up to speed, the F3 car does have plenty of cornering grip. Yeah, so a little bit of a brake and a downshift into a fast right-hander into the stadium section. No, so you can't quite take it flat out from the penultimate corner to that one, so that's fine. It's all learning. Avoid the sausage curb on the inside. That's good. Okay. Let's try not to spin this time on the exit of turn 2. Just wait for the steering to be a little bit straighter before you start putting the power down. It's a good start at least. So this lap's not going to count because presumably we must have gone off track towards the end of the last one, perhaps. But not to worry. It's all about experience. Oh, here we go. We've got some traffic up in front, as well as the other F3 car on the grid. What are we all queuing up behind? It's the thing with multi-class racing with AI cars. Sometimes they get a little bit stuck behind something, but we'll use that to our advantage. Excuse me, coming through. Oh, it's one of the Crosley. Doing a great job of holding everyone. Oh, is it one of the Crosleys, or is it one of the... Oh, no, it is. So I know there's some Formula Fords on here as well. Hey, Marty. How you doing? Right, I reckon we go for it. So, continue... so we're into the race. So 6-lap race. So with the faster cars, of course, we may end up getting lapped potentially. So we'll not all necessarily run to 6 laps, but we'll see how we get on. We'll do as many as we can. And so we're going to be first out of the 3 F3 cars and about mid-grid, so should be fun here. Let's make sure we have fuel, because that would be embarrassing if we didn't have enough for 6 laps. Yeah, we've got plenty. That's good. Okay, let's go. Alright, a grid full of single-seaters then. Let's see what this is going to be like. I'll let all those lots disappear off into the distance, and then we can fight amongst ourselves for the rest of the places. Okay, reasonably clean start for us, which is unusual for a race room. I normally have pretty bad starts in race room, as many people will know, but oof, we've got chaos already. Someone's been turned around in turn 1. Turn 1 seems to be a bit of a difficult spot here at Hockenheim for different races. That does mean we're very much out of position. So let's see how much of this we can hold on to. There's one of the FR90s. Yeah, so I'm going to have eyes in the mirrors here as all these quicker cars come blasting past, trying to recover after the first corner misdemeanors. Ooh. The F2 car having a bit of a interesting line around the hairpin. Obviously way quicker than we are. No. Don't want to ride that curb. Hard on the brakes for the Sachs curve, the hairpin here. Very difficult, that one, sometimes when you come off the other side of it and you kind of come over the crest in the road, so it's easy to get the rear end stepping out there because of the weight being transferred over the rise in the road, but held on to it this time around, so that's good. Here we go, turn 1. Oops. Gone downshift there. So currently sitting in P11, but not for long. Much better on the brakes is the F2 car. So the differences that we have in the variety of cars now in RaceRoom allows us to do a little bit more of extreme stuff. So previously, a lot of the cars are quite similar, so there weren't really the massive differences between cars available in RaceRoom, but we now have a couple of extras which add some variety to that kind of overall range of cars, so it should be some fun stuff coming up later on. I wonder whether we'll actually end up lapping some of the Crosleys or the Formula Juniors, or Formula Fords as they are. It's a bit of a long lap, but we might have a pace advantage to be able to catch up with the slower cars. A bit nicer with the throttle application out of there that time. Okay, all good. That's lap 2 completed, on to lap 3. Give it a 5th gear for turn 1 perhaps. Seems to work okay. Got another car recovering behind us here by the looks of things. What's this? Just about caught a glimpse of him in the mirrors, but can't see him now. So we've got a good lead over our class rivals. Nicely hooked up the apex on the hairpin there. Lap time delta's giving us a good 0.4 of a second improvement over our quickest lap so far, so getting more and more used to the car, which is nice. Get over to that left, open up the right-hander, and then hard on the power on the exit. So quick through there. Things are starting to warm up a little bit, so a bit more confidence through the corners. Much better through there that time. Fastest lap. Which I can only assume is for our class, because it can't possibly be fastest lap overall. There you go, here comes one of the 90s F1 cars. It's part of the game with multiclass racing. You've got to be eyes everywhere, so you've got to be obviously focusing on the cars ahead, but also for any faster cars coming through behind and then leaving space as appropriate. And here we go. There's one of the Crosleys trying its absolute hardest, but unfortunately not quite keeping up with everybody. So this is where the lappery comes in here. This is quite fun, where you have the slower cars and then the quicker cars trying to come through. Just where you catch them on the lap is where it makes all the difference. This is an awkward spot. We can't just breeze past in the straight line. And I got held up on the apex there slightly. But thankfully we have a better exit speed and we can clear him before the next right-hander, so that's helpful. Probably another one more of those Crosleys coming up here in a second. Here it is. Again, caught at a slightly awkward moment mid-corner. You've got to be pretty decisive to get through the slower cars. But also not too over exuberant and just getting up the inside when there's not really a gap. Well, we've not been lapped yet, but I suspect we might end up seeing something, maybe, if not this lap, then definitely the next. Yeah, so we're good 12 seconds ahead of our competitors in our class, but that was probably to do with all the chaos at the start of the race in first corner. Right, there we go. This looks like the Formula Juniors ahead of us here now. A little deep on the brakes there. There we go, past one. Not going to make this next one though. Just left some room on the inside, that was all we needed. I do wonder if the quicker F1 cars have got a bit stuck behind the slower Crosleys. That's why we've not seen them yet. Never mind, but if we're not going to get laps, we get our full quota of 6 laps in this race, which is good. Yeah, I think definitely leaving in 5th gear for turn 1 is the way to go. Alright, so checker flag is out by the looks of things on the timing on the right hand side there, so leader must have crossed the line already. We've escaped him. In fact, this looks like I'm just coming through the hairpin now actually. Not that that would count, I don't think, because if he's already crossed the line, then it shouldn't affect us. Getting a massive bump draft through the corners. Yeah, I know I'm in the way, but still. Come on. I mean, what does it matter if that guy is going to be going in the pit lane now anyway? Honestly, like I said, no manners. Completely threw me off there. Anyway. 6 laps completed. Okay, so a little bit of a chaotic start to that race. And that kind of calmed down a little bit in the middle. Right, let's see what else. What other mad combos we can do here. So, in the race, I don't know where everyone's finished here. It was the FRX 17s, which were... That was the winner, and then we had one of the X22s after that, so... Okay. So the X17s are still pretty quick, so we've got to be aware of that. Right. Let's change it up. Let's give in my next list of ideas we're going to do. So let's do a mixed grid of sports cars here. This could encompass all sorts of stuff. So first of all, we'll select ourselves some opponents. Let's clear our list off there. So sports cars can include all sorts of stuff. So first of all, I think let's add a couple of the Aquilas in there. We'll add some P1, so an Audi R18 or 2. We'll add one of the Mistrals in there as well, I think. P2 cars, we'll add a Daytona prototype or 2, why not? Because it's Daytona weekend. We'll add that one. We'll add that one. Let's add some other radicals, shall we? Add that one. Add that one. Right. Sports cars then. Pragas. Add a couple of Pragas in. That one and that one. What else have we got? Right. Okay, as far as prototypes are concerned, that's pretty much that. But let's add in some GTs as well, because they're essentially sports cars. So we'll put in... Ooh, let's put in a couple of Nissan GTRs. Ooh. Not that many, though. And we'll put that one in. And we'll add in... Let's add the Ford GT in, shall we? Cool looking thing. We'll add those two. What else should we add? Let's do some GT Classics or GTOs. We'll put the Audi in. And we'll add one of the Nissans as well. What else we do? Oh, we didn't add any of the Crosley 9S's. Let's do that. A couple of those. And what are we up to there? That's 19. What else can we go with? Okay, well let's add in a couple of hill climb cars just to make things interesting here. So we'll add one of the Judd BMWs and the Carlson Mercedes, and we're up to 21. Oh, Group C. How do we miss those off? There we go. Add a couple of each of those. Okay. Now we need to figure out which of these we're going to drive in our race. This one. What should we do? Somebody to choose from. I'm going to go with GTO somewhere, I think. Let's apply that. And we'll choose ourselves a GTO. Let's go with the Mustang, I reckon. And we'll run that one there. It looks quite cool. Right, now we need a specific circuit to drive these cars at. So let's choose something which is kind of... We don't want it to be too long. We don't want it to be like Nordschleife or maybe even Spa length potentially, because we want to make it interesting. So let's do... where should we go? There's too many to choose from, that's the problem. Let's do... Let's see my wheel at the bottom here. Let's do Suzuka, shall we? Let's do Grand Prix circuit at Suzuka, why not? And yeah, let's load in. Hey RJ, welcome. Daytona and an SRB stream. I don't want you guys spoiled today. I wouldn't blame you if you're watching Daytona. I was watching a little bit before we went live this evening, but don't really know exactly what's going on. I only caught a few moments of it, so I'll have to catch up later on. But yeah, well, good to see you here. Welcome, the Natch, as well. Good evening to you. Good to see you. Thanks for joining in this evening. Thanks for tuning in to watch some crazy mad combos between cars on multi-class races. Hill climb cars to win, says Pasonic. Oh, I don't know. The Group C's could be quite quick. The hill climbs are very quick, though, aren't they? Yeah, I mean, they're very short geared as well, so whether will they max out on the straight down towards 130R? I don't know. It's hard to say, isn't it? We've got the P2 cars and the P1s as well, so like the Audi and the other cars at front might be quickest, but yeah, we'll see. We'll give it a go anyway. So we're in the GTO. Some old school prototype sports car racing with a nice, beautiful V8 soundtrack. Here goes the Ford GT. Okay, again, just to kind of get used to the car really, rather than worrying about setting a qualifying time. Oh wow, this thing sounds good. Through the sweeping curves here at the first sector of Suzuka. Really is a good test of a car's balance, these corners, because you progressively get tighter and tighter, and that also means you also get more and more unbalanced as you go through the corners if it's not quite set up right. There goes the big GTR. One massive shift light on the dash, you can't really miss that, can you? Ooh, don't dent the GTR. Let's get on the brakes earlier for the hairpin. Ooh, hello. Rear end is a little lively. Well, maybe a bit more than a little lively. Let's go this way. Get out of the way. Oops, and we've stalled it. Didn't put my clutch in. Okay. It's all learning. It's carried away, but it's how good this thing sounds. Oh, here comes one of the Group C Porsches. I just heard something go underneath the the bridge there. That was cool. Right. That was a very odd cross-skating downshift, but it's more concerned about getting it stopped. What? Hang on, let's just go back to the garage a moment. What on earth? Okay. Just need to be super careful of that rear end when we go around any kind of corners. I know it's got old tyres and lots of power as well, but my word, that was a little bit sketchy. So let's try and tame this beast then, shall we? It's very wobbly. You can see why the Audi GTO cleaned up in the category when that was brought in, with its four-wheel drive. So Raymond says, looks like a nice combo to try. Yeah, we'll see what happens when we get everyone on track at the same time. Right, through here we know it's a little bit prone to getting some sideways action, so we'll be careful as we get through there. And again, into spoon, let the GTR go on the inside. Be the power in nice and easily. And off we go. Hey Dolro, welcome. Good to see you. It's been a little while. Nice to see you. I'm going to use the brakes for 130R. I don't quite feel confident. Yeah, it was definitely a wise choice. I need to get on the brakes earlier than that though for the chicane. Again, this isn't about qualifying lap time, so it doesn't matter if we're not going to set a time here. Letting this thing rip down the front straight here. 150 board, get on the brakes from there. Down to third. Feed it through the first part. And leave it in third for the S's here. Just gently squeezing the throttle down. Gotta have quick hands to catch it when it goes because it does snap very quickly. And the reverberation under the tunnel as well. Not seen too many other cars on track yet.
SRY for not being around for so long, slightly smiling face.
Don't worry, thanks very much for the €3. That's okay, you'd have to apologise. It's just great to see you. Hope you're keeping well anyway. Alright. I think we're getting used to it a bit more. It's got a lot less corner grip than the F3 car, so we're jumping in here with very different machinery. And ridiculously, it's probably going to be one of the slowest in the class, maybe other than the Crosley, which is ridiculous to think of really because of this thing being such a beast, but with everything else that we got on track, it's probably going to be outclassed here. Across the line, that thing looks so good, doesn't it? Alright. So where are we here? So we're... Oh, GTO Classics and GTR 1 have been grouped together, apparently. Interesting. So where does that stack up? So the Nissan... Yeah, so the GT1s are a lot quicker than the GTOs, but we're in the same class. Oh well, it's fine. It's what it is. Let's go through to the race then. Hey Eddie, welcome. Said it would be nice if they gave us a non-chicane option tracks. Not difficult, surely. Yeah, well, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, if you've got the track mesh there already, it's just a case of just rerouting the AI tracks and things, and just yeah, moving the barriers and stuff. Yeah, I mean, without that final chicane, that would be really, really quick, going from 130R and then flat out around the right-hander into the first straight. That would be quite something. I don't think I've ever driven that layout. If it's available anywhere else, that'd be really cool to try. Okay, well, let's jump onto the race then. So we're going to be starting again mid to rear of the grid. So let's see if everyone behaves themselves into turn 1 this time. Our GTO friends in front of us here. Here we go. Let's get this V8 interaction. Ooh, let that up off the start line. There go the Pragas. Having a much better start than we did. Already rounding up the GTO, but one that's gone for a spin. That's one Praga gone. And we're hot on the tail of the Audi. Again, this gentle reminder just to squeeze the throttle pedal through here, nothing too outrageous, just ease it through. And the car will do the rest. Cone. Ended up pushing out to the outside of the track there. Well, this Audi's not getting away. In fact, we might actually have a cheeky dive at the inside here. Again, careful on the crest there. That Nissan's up and gone though. On saying that, I think we may be pulling it back a little bit. So he's just about 2 seconds ahead of us. Let's see if we can bring that gap down slightly. Taking an interesting line into 130R. Having to get on the brakes earlier. Okay. Taking 4/10 out of him. Let's see if we can go get him and round him up before the end of this one. Uh-oh, we've got problems. One of the big GTRs stuck in the middle of the road. Causing a massive roadblock. Well, that's got us P1 in the class. Well, the GTO class. Still plenty of GT1s ahead of us, apparently in the same category as us. Oh, one of the Prague's recovering. Definitely so much more cornering grip than our car. There goes the other one. So that's the thing, if you end up running off track like that, I knew I was going in there perhaps a little bit too quickly, but the trick is to not panic and not be too crazy with any of the inputs. You've got to just be very gentle on the steering, light on the throttle, etc., and ease it back onto the track. Oh, a little bit of a slide towards the end there. Oh no! And now we've gone, causing our own roadblock now. Back on track. Right, we've got someone to play with again. There's the Audi. Dulwar says, this online or offline? This is offline. We're up against the AI here, which is why there's all sorts of odd things going on, but perhaps if we have a combo that works really well, we might open it up and do some community races with it. Oh, stop. We really need to make sure I get on the brakes early enough for that chicane. It comes up at you so quickly, and when you haven't got the stopping power, easy to get caught out. Well, that's end of lap 2. Well, when it gets away from you, there's not much saving it. Well, the Nissan's still a good 6 seconds back, so we're second in class still, even with our 2 spins. And this Mustang is causing chaos at the moment. Just get so caught up in the chase when you're up against another car, and then forget how gentle you need to be with it. So Personic says maybe we can hope for AMS2 to release a new track next weekend. Well, we'll see. I'm not quite sure what the schedules were for the new content. I can't remember what they said. If there was a... I don't know. Bathurst, the old version, was due to be coming soon-ish. But I'm not sure what the timescales were for that. So Personic says, feels like it's been waiting for the Nords historic for ages. Yeah, no, it does seem like it's been that way, but all good things. We'll get there in the end. Trying to crossgate from 4th to 2nd there. I didn't really like it. That's probably why it's bitten me twice when I do things like that. Okay, coming up to lap 4 then. Still no sign of any of the prototypes yet. Okay, nice and easy, Phil. Just nice and easy. Still twitching, trying to get away from me. We're okay. It's the thing with the older cars. You can't really run them at full throttle that often, just because of the ridiculous power that they put out, or turbo boost or whatever. Too deep into the hairpin. It's one of the GT1 Nissans up behind us here. This is for class position, apparently. No contest. So after a couple of spins, we have some rather yellow-looking tyres on the graphic on the right-hand side down there. Well, I'll catch up with what Dolvo says in just a moment. We'll get through 130R and try and survive the hairpin, or the chicane, should I say. Right. You can cross-skate, but you just have to leave it a little bit longer rather than trying to do it all too soon. Right, so Dolvo says, man, I was not able to play for around half a year, and now I discover that all big simulators have tons of new content. What a time to be alive. Oh, wow. Yeah, for half a year, you've got about a good couple of years worth of content to catch up on, almost. It's been a very busy year. But yeah, lots of new stuff to play with, and yeah, something for everyone, which is always good. Front right's now going into the yellow, and now the front left, so we're wearing through our tyres very quickly in this GTO. I know Suzuka's pretty full on when it comes to tyre wear. It's just corner after corner, really. But maybe this thing is just chewing through its tyres just a little bit quicker than some cars might. What have we got up in front here? Catching up with someone. This is lap 5 or 6. We still haven't been lapped by any of the quicker cars yet, which is pretty surprising. I'd at least thought one of the P1 cars would have come past us so far. Oh, no. Maybe we'll just encourage that. Oh, there they are. Well, at least the AI were aware of me rolling backwards then. That could have been very nasty. There goes the Group C cars. There's the hill climb car. Going after that Group C Porsche. What a noise that Judd BMW makes. It's so good. Alright, this will be our last lap then. We've been lapped. Oh well, didn't exactly cover ourselves in glory in that particular race with 3 spins in the Mustang, but it's his last lap there, but maybe we haven't finished. Oh dear. Well, I'm going to call that finished. Never mind. Yeah, so that one was okay. I think maybe on a different circuit and using the Audi, not the Mustang, we might have stood a chance. But I didn't see much of the other classes in there. We were quite closely matched with the Pragas and things. We didn't catch up with any of the Crosleys or the Aquilas. Yeah, the Group C's and P1s are up and gone. Right, let's carry on. Let's have a look at see what our next one's going to be. Right, let's clear that one off there. Call it a draw, says I do. Yeah, let's call that one quits. So we've done touring cars. Sorry, we've done single seaters. We've done sports cars. Now we're going to do touring cars. So there's plenty of touring cars we can choose from. We're going to try and keep it a bit more interesting rather than being just all WTCCs from different years, because it doesn't really make much point. So we're going to do. Let's start off with, first of all, we'll add some WTCR cars. So we'll add an Audi, we'll add a Hyundai. We'll actually add an Audi. There we go. And we'll add a Lincoln car in there as well. Then we'll switch to, let's do some of these WTCC cars. We'll add a Volvo and we'll add a Honda. And we'll come back to previous iteration. Here we go. And we'll add a Chevy and a Seat. Right. Going backwards through time, let's go to the Touring Classics menu, and we've got to have an R32 on the list, so we'll add the Celsonic one. We'll add a Turbo Brick Volvo as well. And yeah, let's throw in a 6352. Okay. TC Cup, anything in there that's worth adding in? There's more TCR spec cars, but we'll add an Astra, why not? And right, flicking through here. You can kind of class the NSU as a touring car, so we'll add one of those or two. Okay, next. GTs. All right, Group 2, we've got to have some Siroccos on the grid, so we'll add a couple of those. Do DTMs, right, that's GT3, you don't want those ones. We'll have one of the BMWs from there, we'll go to 15, we'll add a Mercedes. And cool, right. 2013. Okay, 92. So we'll add some of these M3s. We'll add an Opel and the Mercedes as well. Oh, why not add an Audi while we're there? What are we on? 21. And then just to add a little bit of variety, let's add in one of these electric Cupras or two. Any other touring cars? Of course there are. We've got to add one of these older Mercedes, and we'll do one of the 95 ones as well. BMW 235s. Add it to the list. Check it in. The Audi TT Cup, I can't really call that a touring car. I don't think I would class that. So I think that's pretty much it in terms of touring cars. We've got quite a variety of cars on the grid there anyway, so we need to choose what we're going to run with this one now then. So what's needing some representation on the grid here? Well, I'm going to go with the Group 2 Sirocco, I think, for this one. And as always, the livery choosing is one of the hardest parts of this, because there's so many good ones. I'll go with that one. Okay, so we need a touring car track to go with these particular cars. So let's see what we can find on our lists. We have Brands GP might be quite good. Yeah, I'm thinking Brands GP would be very good, right? I'm actually going to up that to, oops, that's qualifying length. We'll up that to 7 laps for this one, I think. Yeah, nice. Let's load in. So what have we got here? RJ saying, I like it. TC All-Star Race. Yeah, absolutely. So you've got a bit of everything from the world of touring cars just thrown in together just to have some fun with. So RJ said, I didn't know RaceRoom could add this many classes and cars. Very cool. Yeah, you can go wild with it if you wanted to. You can just add one of everything and, and see what happens. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Hey Norman, welcome. Good to see you. How's Bermuda Islands today? Hope you're keeping well. I do like this Sirocco. I'm looking forward to driving this one. Just mostly, well, not mostly, but a lot of it because of the noise, because this thing just sounds incredible. But it's a great fun car to drive as well, so looking forward to this. The DTM 2020 cars are probably going to be pick of the field in this, because they're very loosely touring cars. We've obviously got touring car style bodies on them, but underneath they're pretty much prototype GT cars, so here we go then. So up front, yeah, predictably the DTM cars are going to be leading the way here from the WTCC cars and the old 90s DTMs. Let's put in the E-Racing Leon Cooper in there as kind of mid-pack ahead of the TCRs. Touring Classics Group 2, so we're second last along with the NSUs, so that's what it is. Right, bit of qualifying to get used to the car. Let's go. Get us out of pit lane and get it revving up. So Dolmo says, have you ever tried the old DTM cars from around 2013-16? Yeah, I have. They are good fun, aren't they? They are very powerful and lots of aero and grip, and there's one of the Audis beating up on us already. Hey Sky, good to see you. Oop, who's this we got past us here? One of the Nissans using all that boost. Something we don't have in the Sirocco, we just have naturally aspirated power. There goes the WTCC Volvo. Oh, there goes the Merc. Come back, stop being so fast. Into Hawthorns. Front wheel drive, of course, in the Sirocco. Mixture of front and rear wheel drive and four wheel drive on the grid. Four wheel drive being the Audi 92 car. And the R32 GTR. It's a sheen curve. A little bit of a wobble. Right. Oh, I just love how this thing revs. Got to keep a little bit of throttle on just to help pull through the corners. into paddock hill then. Lean on the outside tyres as you come through there.
Wow, hushed face full score flush the first time that I've noticed your excellent news. Winking face pedal set and racing shoes to match. Thumbs up full score cool.
Oh, thanks Norman for the $5. That's really appreciated. Yeah, so I got my my Ace-Stick pedals and my matching Ace-Stick boots as you pointed out. Yep, absolutely. It's a very good combo. But these pedals are fantastic. They really lean on the brake pedal. It's like a brick wall. Thanks for the support, Norman. Right. We're just getting eaten alive all over this track at the moment. Bring me some NSU so I can actually try and have a race here. Otherwise I'm going to be spending the whole race in the mirrors. Yeah, so as I was saying, you've got to kind of keep some throttle on through the corners because that's what pulls that front end round, just keeps it coming through the corners because otherwise you just end up ploughing on. The unique qualities of front wheel drive cars. It's also very easy to run out to the exit of the circuit there. Just so I managed to keep it on the black stuff. There is an apex at Paddock Hill Bend. I just didn't find it. Ooh, there goes one of the Astras. Need the power in. Also, a good bit of trail braking usually helps with front wheel drive cars as well, just to get the nose into the corners properly. And leave it in third for this one. Ooh, can't get in there because there's a Hyundai in the inside lane. Oh, there goes one of the 2020 DTM cars. Look at the difference. Also got a bit of oversteer from the rear because it's unloaded and very light, not really doing anything. So you're essentially just dragging the rear end of the car around the circuit with you. So when you turn into some of these quick corners, it just has a little bit of a wobble on you, but it's all good. There goes the electric Cupra. You had to look at it because you couldn't hear it coming. Yeah, very much outclassed in an overall lap speed sort of way on this grid, but doesn't matter. We'll have fun anyway because this car is good. This is proper naturally aspirated, high revving touring car engine. Popping the curb on the inside up to Druids. So again, this lap's not going to count, but that's not what this is all about. This is all familiarization with the Sirocco. Been nice and tight on the inside, that was better. Didn't have any cars up the inside, this made it a bit easier to actually get to the apex that time around. Down Pilgrim's Drop we go. Get ready for the rear end to go light on turn in here. Yeah, need to drop a little bit more speed off than that. It's also quite unnatural because if you end up going sideways in a front-wheel drive car, your instincts tell you to just lift off, but it's probably the worst thing you can do with a front-wheel drive car. You've got to keep your foot in, drag it back around into some sort of order. There we go. So RJ says, fancy modern electric Cupra versus battered old Sirocco. Yeah, and with my driving, it's going to be even more battered, I think. Right, so how's that all looking? So Timo Glock out front in his 2020 DTM BMW. Robert Wickens was second. And so there's quite a close battle between the 16 and 13 WTCC cars, really. There's not too much difference in lap time there. DTM 92 cars there. So the electric Cupras are running a 32. So pretty much on par with the 2016 WTCC cars there, so that's quite quick. To see if the charge lasts though. Yeah, then there's us with our lowly 147s. We're only just about quicker than the NSUs, the 150s, so alright. Let's see how we get on here then. We're going to be towards the back of the grid this time rather than being up at the front. But what it does mean, it gives us a really good view of all the carnage going into Paddock Bend. So let's see if we can pick up some spaces on the grid as we go. We've got the Group A cars in front of us here. Let's see if we can get this front wheel drive. Sirocco off the line neatly without too much wheel spin, that's the key. Well, the initial getaway wasn't too bad. Just the shift to second was awful. Right. What happens into here? Oh, everyone's got through there relatively unscathed. What about Druids? Well, everyone's very nicely behaved for a touring car race, actually. Yeah, it's definitely not third gear through there. I'm going to have to change down to second. Of course, down the straights here, this is where everyone else is just going to power away from us. Maybe we should have gone one of the Group A cars, might have a chance to have some battles, but never mind. We'll persist with the Sirocco, because we're already in it, but we might repeat the race and just try it with one of the Group A's. We'll see what the gaps are like at the end. But we're not really losing track of the Group A's too much. You really do just get rather close to the edge of the track on the exit of the final corner there. Power understeer off onto the runoff on the exit of Paddock Hill. Oops. That was running out to the exit of the track a little bit too much. I'm trying to make use of all the tarmac here at Brands Hatch. Okay, well, we're very much in no man's land here, so wondering whether we actually restart this now and go with a Group A car. This is a bit more interesting for you guys watching, so let's rerun that, and we'll choose one of the Group A cars and see if we can go chase some cars down in front of us. Alright, let's go Group A, Touring Classics. Let's go with the GTR. I'll run the Joe Gibbs livery. And we'll load in again. We'll we'll skip qualifying, we'll just go straight to the race. Yeah, because I can just kind of see that going, even though I love the Sirocco, I think we'll just end up being just on our own for the majority of that whole race with nothing really going on, which is not very exciting for you guys watching along. But I reckon there could be some more battles a bit further up the field. So let's go again. Nice layup of track time rigs. Good old load in here. Taking quite a bit longer to load in, actually. What's going on? It's loading all the power of the GTR, that's what it's doing. There we go. Right, skip session. Straight into the race, and here we go. Should be able to get off the line, no problem with the Nissan. Ready. Off we go. Rev's died, but we're away. Let's go get those 235s. First of all, we need to stop. There goes the Volvo. Right, now the chase is on. Let's go get them. Nice late exit from that corner up the hill. Gives us a good run down the straight. We can use all the power from the RB. Down to 4th for Hawthorne. Quick corner, but you do need to get some speed washed off. Into Sheen curve. And Graham Hill Bend. Not Graham Hill Bend, sorry, Stirling's. So Rajay says, I think I got this pack for about £3 at Christmas. Excellent fun and value. Yes. Absolutely. No. Slow down. Okay, good. No. Good old 4-wheel drive. Pulling us out of the gravel. Here comes the Volvo again. Whoa, don't. Okay. It's all very well getting up the inside with all your power, but then coming in front of me on the brakes like that, it's always going to run into some trouble. Luckily, they build those Volvos very strong, so he'll be alright. So I do think we have the pace advantage over these BMWs here. We seem to get everything together and actually keep it on track. We might actually stay ahead of them. Bit of a wobble over the curb. No, missed the apex by a country mile once again. So though this thing has got heaps of power, you do need to get on the brakes a little bit early. So I think I watched one of your older videos about hidden gems. RaceRoom has plenty. Yes, it does. There are so many cars which maybe get a little overlooked, but definitely worth driving. And there's way more than I featured in that video, that's for sure. We're right on the tail of this BMW. If anything, we seem to be quicker in the first sector of the lap. Let's see if we can sneak up the inside here. Power oversteer on the exit. Right, we've cleared him. Let's go after the blue one. To P20 now. Again, just not getting the car turned into the apexes. Okay, it's feeling a little bit better now. I think we're gaining, what's it, 2.6 to the car ahead. Let's see if we can bring that down. We've got a good few laps to go, so plenty of time. Oh, it's sitting for about 3 seconds now, actually. Let's see if we can do anything about that. Oh, no, not like that we won't. Okay, yeah, definitely quicker in the first sector. So four-wheel drive cars tend to have fairly similar handling characteristics to a front-wheel drive car, so they do have an inherent understeer going on as well. Need to get on the brakes early for Hawthorns. Well, whoever's driving that blue 235 is getting away from us at the moment. So the match says we'll have to dust off after RRE RaceRoom. Don't even recall if support VR. It does, I think. Doesn't support my lack of braking. Now we're back behind the other BM. No! Okay. All to do again. Well, if I was a red and white painted line at Brands Hatch, I would not be scared right now. Because this particular vehicle is going nowhere near them. Well, at least not on the apex. It's on the exits, possibly. Oh, lappery. Here comes Timo. Oh, he's got a bit boxed in behind the 235. Let's unlap ourselves here. He's on the brakes ready for a Hawthorn. That's allowed us to get to the inside. He's gone casually around the outside of that BMW. Very bold. Big old cut off the apex there. Well, that's one lap done. There's that corner again. Just trying to take too much speed into it. This is not going to have it. Oh, here comes one of the other DTM cars. Get out of his way. bit better. Oops. Luckily that guy saw me coming and moved out of the way without getting taken out. I was about to introduce my front bumper to his rear quarter. Trick now is not to get carried away again and just run off track once again. Well, it's been a bit more of an involved race this time. We've had some other cars to play with. No, too quick. Alright. Coming up to the end of this one. It's getting jerky for you, is it, Personic? Hopefully it's not stuttering for you guys too badly. Here we go. It's across the line. Managed to keep ahead of that final BMW, but there we go. Alright. So Group A cars and 235 Cup cars, they go on quite well. Let's have a look at some of the gaps up in front here. So, what have we got? Anything close on there? WTCCs. No, it's all. Oh, the Leons there are 1055, so that's not far off the 16 cars. Mind you, is that because we were being lapped, possibly? Anyway, all good. Let's finish that off. So, let's have a look. What else are we going to do? Right. So those are the more kind of standard, common kind of kind of multi-class setup. So let's do things a little bit different. We're going to go old versus new here. So let's clear those off, and we will do right. So new single seaters. Okay, we've had these on before, but let's add a couple of those. And the oldest single seaters on here, of course, are the Crosleys. So we'll add a couple of those. The newest prototype cars, what are they going to be? We're going to have... These going to be considered the newest protos in RaceRoom? Possibly. Let's add one of each of these, shall we? And then the oldest prototypes that we have, again, will be the Crosleys. Let's add a few of those. Newest touring cars. It's got to be the 22 TCRs, so we'll add... Oops, not all the Hondas. We'll add one Honda, we'll add an Elantra. Oldest touring cars. Might be the NSUs, you know. let's put those on again. Okay, GT cars, old or newest GT cars. Let's have a look in GT3. What's going to be the newest ones on there? Probably the, say, the 488 GT3 Evos. Let's add one of those and one of the Mercedes Evos. Oldest GT cars. Okay. Possibly the 934. That constitute being the oldest GT car on here. Let's have a look. Anything else that's kind of jumping out here? No, I think these would probably be the older GT cars. We'll add the... Oops. I just added way too many of those. Let's remove that. So we'll have that one. We'll add some M1s in here as well for some audio goodness. What are we on there? That's 20 cars, right. Mission single seaters and everything else. Okay, cool. Right, now we need to figure out what are we going to drive here. So let's go with something a bit quicker this time so we have something to deal with. Let's actually revisit it. Go with the quickest one altogether. We'll go with the FRX 22, shall we? I'll go with Dan's Team UK car. Let's find a suitable venue for this madness. Where should we go here? Let's do Road America, shall we? There we go. Road America is on, and we'll do the 6-lap race on this one, I think. Okay, so old versus new then. So we've got the different ends of the spectrum. This should provide some very stark differences in terms of performance, I think. So let's see how we get on here. We might end up with a bit of tripping over, especially if we're going to be in the really quick Formula car here, up against, say, the old Crosleys or the NSU. We're going to be doing a bit of lappery, because Road America is quite a quick circuit as well, so it'll really exaggerate the difference. So Frankie... it's a bit choppy for you as well, RJ. Okay, not quite sure what's causing that. Sonic says RaceRoom does hammer the CPU. Yeah, it does. Funky says, been quiet tonight because trying to troubleshoot my wheel driver issues. Oh, I really do hope you can get those sorted, because we need you back online again. Sonic's waiting for the shopping cart. Oh, it's coming, don't worry. Yep, it's certainly coming. Right, let's get used to this FRX 22. So we drove this when it was first released, and I believe there's been some changes. So let's see how this gets on. Again, Road America is not on the F1 calendar, so this is not natural for this particular car to be driving around here, but let's see. Quickly rounded up the GT3 car. Down towards the very difficult turn 3. Wow, okay. Going from the the R32 with 0 brakes, we now have an awful lot of brakes. Into the carousel. Just how quick can we take this? Wow, okay. Very quick. That was quite underneath its limit as well. I'm pretty sure we can go quicker than that through there. Up to our 8th gear down the back straight here into Canada corner. Steering's quite heavy compared to the other cars so far this evening. Just being careful with the throttle, because last time I drove it, that was one of the things where it could easily come round on you if you're too heavy-footed. Okay. First, the outlap over and done with. Let's see if we can pick things up here. Certainly feel the really grippy slicks on this thing. There's just so much resistance on the wheel. Okay, the brakes are good, but not quite that good, Phil. Flat out through that little right-hander. Yep. I can't believe that's flat out. That's insane. It definitely feels a lot more drivable, this car, now, since whatever they've done to change it from where it was originally released. You definitely feel like you can actually do something with it. Alright, here's one of the NSUs cresting the hill in front of us. It's going to go past it like it's standing still. Oh, it's one of the Crosleys as well. Same problem. Problem is now, obviously, with the speed of this thing, we could easily end up catching something without even knowing it. And all of a sudden you have a face full of cars, so we have to keep our eyes peeled here. There's that throttle. Alright, let's jump into the race. Let's do it. Yeah, so obviously we're going to be out front in terms of overall performance, but it'd be interesting to see where things stack up. So very much heavily favouring the new versus the old here in terms of grid positioning. Interesting to see that Crosley is saying it's going to be out in front of the Group 4 cars. Wasn't expecting that, but it's fine. Let's return to the garage, get the session, and move on to the race. We're going to be at the back of our grid of 3 F1 cars, but it's fine. We'll let them go. Okay. So we'll wave goodbye to everything else on the grid behind us, and we'll see it later when we catch up with it. Here we go then. 5 lights on. Lights off. Wheel spin central, but we're away. Let's see if we can live with the AI cars in front of us here. Probably not. What's going on behind us? Everyone's only just about getting through turn 2. Sparks are flying all over the place in front of us. God, they really took off on that corner. From being really slow to being rocket ships. Okay. Flat out around the carousel then. Hold on. Hold on tight. Keep the wheel turning. Yeah, so I wasn't expecting to keep up with the AI on this car, because F1 cars are not really my thing. Okay, and relax. Wonder how many times we'll go past the NSU with this thing. Yeah, no lift carousel, yeah. That's just mind-blowing, isn't it? Had a wheel on the curb braking there, which is why we're all upset going into the left-hander. That's my own poor choice of line. It would have gone through there flat, but didn't get the right line. Oh, that's right, I got my energy to be using on this one, haven't I? Forgot about that. Ooh. Which one's overtake? And which one I used? What's the launch control? DRS is not available this circuit, so I can't use that. Oh, we're catching up with them because there's some traffic. There's the NSUs, lap 3 we called them. Actually staying with the Crosleys. And we've snuck into the lead because the AI are too scared. Question is, will we lap anything else? Yep, we will. Here come the, what's this? Oh, the M1s here. Stuck up with the other Crosleys. Don't cut in on me. Where are we going to go here? Around the outside? Or just to the moon? We are broken. Oh no. I thought there was space. Obviously not. Let's watch that again. Yeah, from there. Oh, not from that. We lost the wing. Oh well. It's my own fault. Should have been more patient. Had the lead. No. Flat out through here. They have the howl of the M1s. All very easy from there, but this one little orange Crosley was the undoing of us. Here we go. Okay, let's analyse that for a second. Did the Crosley move into me? Let's just take a look, or was it me? No, it was me. Crosley was sorting himself out on the entrance to the corner then. There was a little bit of a movement, but once he was turning in, I got caught out because of how quickly my car turns compared to the Crosley. And then, impact. Shame. Then we are completely broken, and there's no coming back from that. So RJ says, I can pinpoint the moment it went wrong. Yeah, it's probably this bit. Oh, it was all going so well as well. Never mind. Can't even pit to get that repaired. Alright, well, what we'll do, we'll move on, and if we have time later we'll come back to that, but we'll move on. Right, next combo. So we've had that old versus new. So now we're going to do little versus large. So I think you can see where this is going. Let's clear this off here. Start off with large, shall we? It's truck time. Let's add some trucks to our roster of vehicles. And what can possibly be small, I wonder? Probably some of these. Let's add 4 of those. So that's little versus large on that regard. So we'll put some other little cars in. NSU's back on. The venerable NSU seems to crop up everywhere. Next biggest vehicle other than the truck. Oh yeah, the Mackie. So Rajesh says the car took it remarkably well, really. It did actually. It survived very well. It only lost a front wing and the rear wing and a bit of camber. Yeah, it did very well considering it clouded across the over 100 mile an hour probably. Right, so that's too little, too larger. Anything else on there that's worthy of the large or little title? Probably not. Let's boost the grids up. And yeah, okay, that'll do for now. So what are we going to drive in all this then? I think we need to take the shopping cart for a drive, don't you? So we're going to do that. What I am going to do is make sure I have my boost button mapped because I don't think I did. So I'll push to pass. What did I have it? Okay, well, I've got it set now. Right. So of course the shopping cart has got nitrous, so we will be using that to full effect in this one. Suitable location for this chaos. Let's go somewhere which has a bit of space, shall we? Or should we make it even harder by? No, we'll give it some room. What should we do? Well, let's do Silverstone. Let's do Silverstone Historic Grand Prix. Shall we? No, let's make it a bit shorter than that. Let's do the international circuit. Give ourselves a chance here. I don't think the shopping cart's going to last 6 laps, though. I don't think the fuel tank is big enough. Let's make it even shorter. Let's go Silverstone National. And we'll see how far through we get. If we don't get all the way through, we don't get all the way through. But either the shopping cart or the Mackie is going to run out of juice at some point. So let's see. The money is definitely on the trucks or the NSU for the win here. Now we've done trucks versus carts before. That was on AMS2 around Daytona Oval. That was fun. We will do some more of that because that was a good laugh. We'll do some more super carts versus super trucks. Okay. So he reckons the Mackie is quickest out there, which, yeah, I can see that. Let's group the NSU and the shopping carts together. All right. Let's just first of all, let's see. So we've got 5 litres on board, which isn't going to get us very far. Okay, well, let's go get used to this thing. Again, it's been a while since we've driven this. Last time was actually when it was released and we did a stream on it. Right, let's test out the boost. Get into 5th gear. Oh, there goes the Mackie. Silently. Come back. Oh, we haven't got boost. Maybe that's reserved for the race. So the Mackie was quick on a straight line. Let's see if it can do corners as well. Get off that curb. Come on. Turn. I mean, it has got the handling of a shopping cart, so what should I expect, I suppose? 6 gears, though. That's right. I forgot it doesn't slide very happily. Right, where's everyone else? Here comes the other shopping trolleys. Gotta get the technique down with this thing again. Alright. Okay, well we held that one. Wasn't the quickest way through Brooklands, but... Okay, let's just go back to the pits a second. Let's see if we can cure that chronic understeer. Let's see if there's anything we can do in the setup. Okay. Somehow we can adjust the dampers on this thing. I don't think it even has dampers, but... right. Let's put the rear up a little bit, make it a bit more nose heavy. Nothing we can do on that side of things. Right, already as low as it'll go on the front. Soft bump, so if we want the bump to be, for wanting more weight over the nose on the braking, we want the soft bump to be... Sorry, the slow bump to be softer. And we'll click that up a little bit. The rear rebound, we want that to push it forward. Okay, let's try that. Let's try to think things out in my mind. It's probably not going to make any difference because it's going to be still just as quirky to drive, but oop, there's one of the trucks. Pasonic says, don't forget to get your pound back at the end. Yeah. I know. Don't want to leave that stuck in there. Excuse me, just sneak up the inside of that truck. So we have the measure of the trucks in a straight line by the looks of things. Seems to be a little bit happier through the corners. When I say happier, I mean it actually allows you to turn in. Still a little bit unsure through Luffield, but then that's one of those corners that just drags anyway. So let's see what happens through the quick stuff here. That wasn't the way through Cops. It could just be that I've made it too soft now. It's kind of grounding out when I'm braking. Okay. Well, if we can't get through Cop's Corner, we'll have to make some more setup changes, but let's see if we can do it this time around. The inside of the NSU. Small car versus even smaller car. I think I just got to drive to the limits of this thing rather than trying to expect it to do things like an F3 car, which it's not going to do. So don't try and overdrive it. Oop. There goes the Mackie. Just nice, gentle, smooth inputs, that's better. The Mackie looks enormous from this thing. Alright, okay. Well, I reckon we're good to take on a race here. Why not? So we're going to be starting right at the back. That's fine. So we've got as much fuel in as we can possibly get. 6 laps of Silverstone might be a bit too much, but we'll get as far as we can get it. Why are the shopping trolleys all the way up there? And I'm not. Oh, got the advantage off the start line against the NSUs. It's all that weight over the rear axle. Get the grip. Right. Oh my word, this is rather scary looking going into cops. Some rather large trucks in the way. Oh, don't squash me. Oh no. Okay, let's restart that. That was a weird situation. I don't know what happened there. It was just I don't know, just went hard left. I don't think well, maybe I was just too much of a quick reaction. I just didn't like it. Okay, let's try again. Let's go shopping, says RJ. See what we can put in our basket. As long as we have the money to pay for it at the end, that's all that matters at this point. Or if we're alive to be able to pay for it. That's the other matter. Ooh, got some contact. Let's just squeeze through here. Excuse me. Those are my beans. I saw that last broccoli first. Right. Nice and easy. Put the power down. Let's check out. Get away from these trucks. The flame-spitting shopping trolleys. We have our push-to-pass system engaged as well, so we can use some boost. Look at how mad this thing is. Oh, on the limiter in 6th. Oh! No! Get back on track. Don't ground out in the gravel. The boost just took it over the edge. Oh dear. So RJ says it's like the big and small dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta fear those little ones. They can be just as dangerous. This one certainly seems to be. Bites quite quickly. Alright. Fancy some more boost. Get past these big rigs. That's push to pass, everybody. Working effectively. It's just the use of curbs is not. Let's cut the corner there. We're okay. We've got away with it, I think. Right, well, we're a long way behind the rest of our shopping trolley companions. Let's try and ease our way through Cop's Corner this time without crashing, and see what happens. So we're on lap 3, we still have 4 litres left out of our 5 litre tank, so we might just get through this. And he's got to be so gingerly going through those corners, because any kind of overcompensation with steering, it just spits you off the other way when you get grip again. Just very, very tiny inputs. So, are we going to drive past a whole load of Mac E's as they get their charging plugs out? Are we going to make it to the end? We're on lap 4 now. 3 to go. Could be pretty close. Might have to do some fuel saving, lift and coasting at the end of the straights. 236 kilometers an hour on boost and only 1 litre used. Amazing fuel rate. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Not bad on the fuel. Okay, I'm not going to do any more boosting because I'm just nervous of fuel economy here. I might save some up for the last lap. Still showing in 13th. Ooh, little lock up. Easy on the steering. Get off the curbs. It doesn't like them. Okay, lap 5 of 6. I think we should be okay for mileage. Right. Where is everybody? That's the question. Ooh. Oh, we're gaining hand over fist on the other shopping carts, which make me think they may have pitted. We gotta just cruise past all of them. Here we go. They've been refueled and they're coming out of the pit lane now. And the Mackeys are still going though. This is the final lap though, so we can use our boost down the straight here. Don't like how twitchy it gets. We're still on boost as well. Now we're off. He's going back into the pit lane again. We might get him too. Can we end up being the top shopping trolley? Yes, we can. Oh dear. That was a very hard fought 6 laps, that was. Not the easiest of things. But we managed to survive getting squashed. We managed to avoid the other big cars. They were just disappeared off into the distance, but yeah, we came home quite well in there. Ahead of the trucks and everything. Okay. What do we do now then? Let's have a look. Next up. Alright. This one is going to be Battle of the Electrics. So we've got a few electric cars to choose from here in RaceRoom. So we're going to have, we can keep the Mach E on anyway, because that's going to be featuring in this one. So where is that? Here it is. So we'll add 5 of them. We have, of course, the Cupra E, which we can feature. That's 5 of those. And then the other electric vehicle that we have in RaceRoom, of course, is this, the Volkswagen IDR. So we'll add all of, actually, we can add all of those, can't we? Because 5 of those. Okay, I don't think there's any other electric cars, which is, 3 different types is pretty good anyway, but I think that's everything for the electric side of things. So choice is now, what car are we going to go in? So we're going to try, I reckon we go the Cupra. I'll try the Cupra E here. Go with this red one. Let's find another circuit we can use. So, what have we got? What have we got? So obviously the VW is run at the Nordschleife, but we're not going to run there. I think maybe somewhere a little bit more confined, maybe, just to kind of even things up. What have we got at the bottom down here? Just trying to see past my steering wheel. Well, let's do... Where is it? Let's do Nutstorp. Why not? Did Nutstorp. And yeah, we'll go from there. Hey, Kevin. Evening, how are you? It says, great to see a full library when you open RRA. Yeah, it is nice. Yeah, we've still got a couple at the bottom we've not added on. I think it was one of the latest ADAC GT Masters and the Porsche Cup Carrera Scandinavia Cup, I think it was. But yeah, it's nice to be able to choose from a variety of different cars here in RaceRoom. It's plenty to choose from. So, they've grouped the Cooper and the Mach-E together in the same class, and then the IDR, of course, in a class of its own. But this is quite a tight little circuit. There's not much in the way of space for the IDR to just disappear. It's going to be quick off the corners anyway. But let's see. Let's see what happens here. Let's qualify. Let's engage the motors. It has started. Put into drive. And away we go. So for this particular one I can whisper because it's going to be really quiet. Right, here we go then. Try and familiarise or re-familiarise myself with the nut-stop circuit. Trying to resist the urge to shift gears because there are no gears to shift. This is why we have qualifying on, so I can remember exactly where I'm supposed to be going here. The quietest battles you'll ever hear. All you just hear is the scraping of metal as we try and get through these corners side by side. This is a little roller coaster of a circuit nut stop. Come back here, let's get past this Cooper. 100 board, on the brakes. Nope, needs to be earlier than that. Crunch. Right, let's go back to the garage then. And get ourselves a brand new car. This is Scalextric track. This is probably quite similar to a Scalextric track for some of these. So remember, get to the top of the hill here, get on the brakes because you're going to be going right. Get to hear when you actually hit the curbs on the apex. So you can expose my poor driving. It's just so eerie, isn't it, without any kind of engine noise. And hear the announcers on the tunnelways as well. Is that quiet? Right, here we go. So RJ says we have Hot Wheels in games, so Scalextric could be fun. Yeah. Right. On the brakes before the 100 board. Oops. All over that curb on the inside and the gravel. So ideally these kind of start-stop sort of tracks should work for the electric cars because of the instant torque delivery. Don't have to worry about keeping it in a power band. The last corner is just so banked, isn't it? It's probably got more banking on there than Daytona does. Okay. So our black skid mark as we go off into the gravel, but we didn't this time round. That's good. On the brakes a little bit earlier for that hairpin, I think, next time around. And that one. Such a tight corner. Need a Monaco steering lock to get around that. very much a rhythm circuit, not stop. And when you haven't got it, you're off. Okay, well, let's just jump straight into the race. Let's do it. So, of course, the VW IDR is going to be out front, but are we going to be ahead of the Mach-E's, which are meant for drifting, of course. They're not really circuit races, but there they are. Let's engage drive. Don't know why I need the clutch in. I don't need that. Let's just push the go pedal when it goes off. There we go. Easy as that. Split the difference in the middle. Not going for another gear. On the brakes. Watch all the IDRs get locked up into turn 1. See if we can get amongst them. Can't see. This is kicking up all the dust. Oh, we're still with them. For now. And then they'll just cruise away from me in the straights. Well, not so much, actually. So the the Cupra E, designed for the pure ETCR series, so it's TCR basically, the chassis, just with some electrics hooked up. Tell you what, those VWs aren't getting away as quick as I was expecting them to. I mean, I know it's a very tight and twisty circuit, but they have a lot of aero, so in theory they should be able to just cruise off, but that's not going to help. Oh, hang on, what's going on here? I've broken the suspension. What did I break that on? Where did that break? Let's have a look on the instant replay here. What happened there? Right. Did I hit the curb too hard? Oh yeah, look at that. Rear suspension's just gone.
Thanks for the fun stream.
Oh, thanks, Basonic. Thanks for the £5. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah. Okay. Gotta stay off the curbs. It's obviously very fragile, this Cupra E then. Right, well, let's get back into that. Let's try it somewhere other than Nutstop then. Let's give it a bit more of a run. Thanks, Basonic. I appreciate it. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you for the £5. Right, let's change track slightly here. Let's try the... let's do the club circuit at Nagare, I think. Let's do that. And we'll try that again. Nagare is quite a fun little circuit. I do like the layout here, and I think the club circuit was actually quite a fun layout, so we'll see. And there's nowhere really for the IDR to get away too much here as well, so it might close things up, but without being really just stop-start with the corners and the bankings and things like we have at Nutstop. So let's try it around here. Ah dear, right. Yeah, we'll do a couple of laps just to get ourselves familiar before we jump into it. Oops, speed in pit lane. So we cut through here. And we're into the sequence of hairpins here. Stop. God. Oh, I makes every impact even more painful because you can hear it in complete clarity. Let's try again. Oops. Fire up the electric motors. Ooh, we're in S mode. Maybe there are a couple of gears to be aware of here. Okay. Let's see what S mode does. Flat out around the right hander. And on the brakes again. As we loop back around. Onto the gravel. Okay. Kind of know what we're doing here. Mackie's doing quite well, considering. Resisting the urge to pull the handbrake, obviously. Bit of a lunge there. He's just turning on me, it's fine. But it's quite cool, this car, because although it's obviously lacking in the sound department, because it's no engine, but it's still quite a dynamic drive, so you chuck it in and the car does move around and you can balance it through the corners. Kind of like that. There it is, everybody. There's the SRB commentator's curse. Right, back to the garage, and let's just skip and go to the race, shall we? Because what's the worst that could happen? But yeah, when you have it under control, you can balance it quite nicely through the corners. It's just sometimes it goes a little bit over that limit. Right, let's try again. S mode engaged. Don't need the clutch. 6 laps of Nogaro Club Circuit coming up your way. And let's see if we can stay on board with these VWs. Off we go. As you'd expect, quick off the line for the IDRs. Just about managed to avoid them. This is where they should be stronger with the aero through the slightly quicker corners. Yeah, so they are going to move away from us. So battery's running down already, we're on 92%. Even though we're already on lap 2. So Dolores says there seems to be a lot of Carlos drivers in Spain. Yeah. Yeah, C driver. That's all the Cupras, yeah. Well, the VWs aren't escaping massively quickly. Just gradually easing away, lap by lap. No! somehow we're still leading the class. So silent, S mode is silent and D mode is near silent. I don't know, is it? If anyone knows what S and D actually stands for in the gearbox, then please do let me know, because I only think it's probably drive and sport mode, but maybe it's not. Seat mode, RJ says. Is that where it gives you some feedback through your seat? No, stop. Keep it tight on the exit there, and then get on the power. Down to 80%. Oh, we're regenerating actually under braking though, and up to 81. Except it won't regenerate if the wheels are locked, because you're not using the regenerative motors. Laps are ticking by already, we're on final lap. So, get out of the way. Unlike a front-wheel drive touring car, when you get sideways like that, with the Cupra, the E-Cupra, you can't actually pull yourself out of the slide because there's nothing there. Let's turn traction control down, shall we? Maybe that wasn't a good idea. Gonna do a bit of Ford Mach-E drifting with that Cupra. So that's why I couldn't pull myself out of the slide, because we had TC on. So if we turn that down to 3. Oops. Oh well, dead last. Didn't help ourselves there. So if we try and replicate that spin again and see if we can actually pull ourselves out of it, now we have TC down. Can't even spin it now. Let's chuck it in here. Can't even get it sideways anymore. Oh well. Whatever. Whatever. Okay. Probably not the most exciting race of the evening, but had to be done. Had to try it out. So, let's go on. Let's see what we got next. All right, this is the grand finale now. This is going to be a mixture of everything. There's mad combos of everything on the grid. So let's go fast versus slow. So we'll add again some FR22s. So FR7. No. Let's do some other things that we haven't had on the grid yet. We're gonna have to put in some shopping trolleys. We'll have to put in some trucks because we're gonna put them all together. Oops. We're gonna put in something we haven't had on the stream yet, so maybe some GT4s. Oops, no, not the whole group. We'll have some MX5s, which are brilliant on RaceRoom. We'll have some of those. What else do we have that we've not seen yet? Some Group 5 cars. I'm going to run a Group 5 car for this one because they are awesome fun. So we'll add some of these, maybe a Corvette. What else do we have? Add some Zondas in, shall we? Looking through, trying to... Oh yeah, German Nationals are some other cars we've not seen, which have had an update apparently, so they do drive it better. We did try that not long ago, so if you haven't tried the German National cars in a while, it might be worth a revisit. Let's go DTM 16, let's add in some BM and Mercedes, what are we on, 23? And what else? Maybe one more category. We haven't had any GT2 action, have we? So let's do one of the Corvettes and one of the M3s. And for fun, we'll add some pro cars. Right, mixed grid, mixed bag of stuff. Fast and slow. And that should be fun. I'm going to just drop off a couple of these just to bring the grid size down so it doesn't stutter too badly for you guys. Right, so let's apply that. We're going to go with the Group 5 cars, as mentioned. So where are they? Over here. Problem is, which one are we going to choose? So, I mean, I love the Zaxby Capri. That is a favourite of mine. So yeah, I'm going to run that. And now we need a suitable circuit. We're not going to go to Nagaro Club. Let's go somewhere we can really stretch the legs of these cars. So let's see what we can find on here. We don't want it to be too long of a lap either. Well, let's do Salzburgering because it's got some straights. But it's also got some tight chicanes and things for the quicker cars to get slowed up in. So let's try that. And yeah, let's go. So RJ says, I can't read that properly. So I like driving these in sims, but still find it hard to get into Formula E races. Some of the tracks don't help. Yeah, the tracks maybe don't help in the Formula E case, but some of the racing can be quite good. I know in the Gen 2 cars, we had some pretty good races. I'm not quite sure about the Gen 3 cars just yet. They look a bit odd, but Gen 2 cars were really good. You'll be charged for that. That was in relation to what happened in the last one. Supersonic says batteries belong in torches and remotes, not cars. That's a better point. We have batteries in cars too. They just don't do the driving part of it. Remote control cars, yeah. All right, so we're in the Group 5 Zaxby Capri. And we have trucks, shopping trolleys, Formula 1 cars, GT cars, and all sorts on the track. So let's see how this goes. Okay, let's go drive this beauty of a Group 5 car then. There you go. Takes a little while to fire up. It'll take a little bit longer to fire up because I stalled it. Give it some revs. There we go. Out of the way of the traffic. Spool up the turbo. And let loose. So there's the first chicane, which is quite tight. Then a nice long banked corner. And then we have this long sweeping section where you can really keep the throttle hard down. Okay, just nice and easily through here. Don't think we have 6 gears in the Capri, so I'm not going to try and shift up to 6th. Fast sweeping right-hander. Car's loaded up through there. Into another banked corner. Another one of those cars we got to have quick hands in readiness to catch some of these turbo boost induced slides. Another car that just loves to rev. Running up to 2.5 bar boost. Do love this thing. It's so good. What are we catching up with here? This is one of the MX-5s, I think. It's going to go smashing past it in a moment. Not as quick as I thought it would. It's going to be very good around the corners as well, the MX-5. You'd expect it to be a little bit more nimble through this part of the lap. What have we got behind us? One of the German national cars by the looks of things. There he goes. Ooh, okay. It's an interesting line. It's the tyre bundle. Little nudge in the back from the MX-5 to let me know he's still there. Oh dear. Here comes the Zonda. Just came up behind me very, very quickly indeed. Oh, we've got one of the Fab cars coming as well. They're quick in a straight line. Look at that go. Not so good through the corners though. Turbo Boost really went wild in the 80s. Yeah, they did, didn't they? Yeah, they love a good bit of turbo power. Just like that, it's the end of qualifying session. Just a couple of one-handed saves, just out of the exit. Oh, here's one of the trucks. Making life difficult for everyone with spraying water all over the track whenever they deploy their water jets. Excellent mobile chicanes for this particular event. There's another one. Missed the shift to third. Alright. I think we're used to that thing now. So let's continue to the race, shall we? And see what happens. So again, we're starting, I guess, kind of mid-grid. Didn't see any of the shopping trolleys there, though. Let's see what happens with those. Okay. So push pedal and hang on for dear life, says Pacific. Yep, that's entirely what I intend to do. Let's get some boosts going here. Or try and get off the line in one piece. Clutch kicking. Initial jump was good. Just everything else was very bad. Let's sort ourselves out through here. All very neat and orderly, which is good. So it's quite progressive. I think that's one of the things they've done with the Group 5 cars recently, is they've updated the physics on them, and they actually are a little bit more progressive when the rear kicks out. So you can save them a little bit more consistently. But look at the rest of those go. They've got so much more straight line speed than I do in my Capri, which is a big disadvantage around this circuit, but let's see if we can reel them back in through the corners here. Well, we did, but won't last long because there's another straight coming. Oh, they're going side by side. That's going to help us out. Oop, bit of a cut. Corvette's on the grass. Come on, Corvette. Let's go. Oh no! Oh no. Missed the shift to fourth. Too excited by being on the case of that Corvette there. That's lost us a whole load of time. Oh, be brave. Held it, just about. What have we got behind us? Something's catching up with there. Is that the GT4 cars? Yeah, just, you think GT4 cars, they're quite slow and mundane really in this grid, but have enough pace to keep up with us at the moment. I do love feeling the rear end just kind of just slipping a little bit, but able to just lean on it and rest the car on it and pull it out the other side. It's always good. When the wheel does let go, it lets go very quickly. Hey, that's halfway through. We're on to lap 4 now. Oh, here come the Formula 1 cars. We have to cut through there. Just gotta hope that they get... the other guys get held up by the lap traffic now. But of course they're not going to, because they're going to get overtaken on the straights. Right, what have we got coming up here? Still just the GT4 cars. Trying to push on a little bit more to try and close this gap down, but it's just going to be overdriving and causing more problems. Well, GT4s aren't letting go. For a cold evening, driving one of these things around will certainly warm me up. Oh, here come the trucks, right. So I haven't come across the carts yet. Let's see if we can find them. Oh, here we go. We might have a chance of getting back on terms with the Corvette. Phew. Oh, of course, no, this is going to be checkered flag because we got lapped as well. So after all that, we didn't see the shopping carts at all. Let's carry on and just finish this cooldown lap off and see if we can find them. There they are. We weren't far behind them. Just to prove that they were on track as well. Here's the big skyline. So how quick are they in a straight line? If they're using their nitrous down here. Not bad for pace, you know. Oh dear. Well, that was pretty fun. I think some of the classes you kind of don't see very much of if you have too many of, I don't know, just different speeds altogether. Some of them you see more of than others. Obviously, we're only doing short races here, but if you had a longer race, like a 15-minute, 20-minute race or something, you'd obviously see more of them. Not that you would see much of the shopping carts because they'd be too busy filling up every 3 laps or so around here. But yeah, I mean, running the carts versus the trucks is always a good combo. We'd definitely look to do something like that. But the Group A cars and the M235s were a good matchup. So that was one worth investigating for the future. It gives you a bit of variety with the Group A cars, because you have everything from the GTRs through to the Volvo, the 635, etc. But yeah, so Didn't see anything of the M1s, or the MX-5 in the race at all. But never mind. It was good fun anyway. It's always fun driving those Group 5 cars. So good. Right. Well, there we go. That pretty much covers our stream for this evening. So, Mesh, you just arrived. I've just arrived in London. Oh, well done. Glad you got there. I hope you got there safe. Enjoy tomorrow. But yeah, so that pretty much wraps up our shenanigans for this evening. I hope you enjoyed that. That was good fun. I enjoyed driving these various cars and trying out some different combos and things. It's always fun to do that. So yeah, thank you very much for your company, everybody. It's been great to have you with us this evening. I hope you've enjoyed that. And again, thank you for being with me, even though there's things like Daytona 24 Hours going on right now, which you could have been watching instead, but you chose to watch little old me here at Sim Racing Bible. So big thank you for that. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Go and enjoy driving some mad combos in RaceRoom. Let me know which ones are your favorites, which ones you really enjoy driving. And then we can look to replicate some of those with some community races in the future. So yeah, big thank you, everyone. Thanks for everyone who's donated. Thank you for those who've liked the stream. If you have liked the stream, if you haven't yet, please do consider hitting the like button. Thank you for those who are subscribed to the channel. You guys mean a lot to me. So big thank you. So we will see you very soon. Take care of yourselves, but we'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.